guys, on set today, I am so excited to have this awesome couple. They have been an inspiration to me. They have been a blessing to me. They are one of the most wonderful people you would like to meet. And they have so much to give us today about our topic. Guys, join me welcome Mr. MC Solid and Mrs. Favor. Hi guys.
Thank you. How you doing?
Good. I am so excited to have you guys grace the house today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the invite.
Oh, of course. Thank you for coming. To me, you guys have blessed us because it's not easy in this world to have people open their doors to you or have time to talk to you and things like that. So we are so grateful to have you today. So guys, before we continue, I want to talk a little bit about my brother sitting here. He is a comedian. It's not just a comedian to make people laugh at home. No, he is a professional comedian. And his beautiful wife out here, you need to watch both of them on stage. I didn't tell you, I used to watch you guys and I'm like, oh my God, this is your creation. Like, you back him up so well. I am so proud of you, honestly. I'm so proud of you. Okay, guys, if you have your occasion, you have your party, it doesn't matter wherever you are. Be it in Europe, Africa, wherever, MC Solid is here. One of the best and most interesting MCs I've ever seen. So, as we dive into our topic of discussion today, I will have a couple of questions to ask you. And I've known you guys for a bit, and I know you are an awesome couple. I must say, I know you are an inspiration to me, and of course, you will inspire the world too. So, I'm so glad. And I have a couple of questions for you guys.
Okay.
All right. So to you, let me start. Ladies before gentlemen, please. I'll start with Mrs. Favor, please, ma'am. Can you tell me what, according to you, is a relationship first?
Thank you. I will start by saying a relationship, in the basic English word, it's, like a form of, I don't want to use relationship to define relationship. So it's like a form of meeting, where you meet somebody, you agree. It's an agreement, I would say. An agreement that happens, takes place, or exists between two or more people. You can have a relationship with just one or two people. Just one person alone. I have a relationship with him. We all can have a relationship, we have this group of friends. Before any friend or group can exist, there must be a relationship of which there has to be an agreement first.
Okay.
That can precede that.
You have anything to add to that?
Yeah, while she was talking, and I don't want to sound a bit spiritual, okay? Just part of my sense of protocol, okay? While she was talking, something dropped into my spirit man, which says, "Can two work together except they agree?"
Oh my God.
So, for a relationship to be a relationship, there must be an agreement, regardless of whatever, as long as they agree together. So they are in a relationship. So my own way of understanding about relationship is agreement. So that's what I saw while she was talking.
And I'm so happy she didn't look at relationship as just a man and a woman come together to blah, 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 blah. I like the fact that she says if it can be two or more people, it could be just a woman to woman relationship, like me and her can be friends. It could be a woman to man relationship. Yeah, I really like that. And now this brings me down to our question or our topic of today to ask, what do you think, MC Solid? I keep calling you Max Solid. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I understand. That's what people used to say.
I'm so sorry. I keep saying Max Solid, which is well. It brings me to asking you, what, according to you, is a toxic relationship?
Yeah, to my own sense of understanding, when we talk about a toxic relationship, we're talking about a relationship that someone is being trapped. Let me use that word, trapped.
Okay.
Someone is being maltreated. Let me use that word, because when you're in a toxic relationship, it means you're in a relationship that you know you're not supposed to be in the first place. but you just throw your neck into the relationship and you are getting things that you're not even supposed to be getting in the relationship, like things that are not working well. But you don't want to get out of the relationship because of what people will say. So looking at it that way, that's what I see, or that's what I understand about toxic relationship.
Wow. Do you have anything to add to that, ma'am?
Yes. So for me, the word toxic, English word is something that is not smooth, something that is not right, Now, in the sense of relationship, toxic relationship could be, any form of relationship that could be, I would use the word hazardous to humans, is a relationship in which a partner that is already in there is being treated wrongly, is being maltreated. And being maltreated in a toxic relationship could be in different forms. The maltreatment could be physically, it could be, different forms of abuse, it could be mentally, it could be sexually, you name it.
Wow. That it just thrilled me. Like when you're talking, I'm kind of reflecting, I'm thinking, have I been in a toxic relationship before? Am I in a toxic? Yeah, I don't know, but that's just how I'm trying to live it. So I want to ask this: do you think this toxicity in a relationship does it affect a particular sex? Like, let's say for instance, you are a couple. Do you think it's clear or it's certain or it's a norm that the woman suffers more in a toxic relationship, or will you say it happens, like it doesn't matter, the sex doesn't matter, the man can torture the woman and the woman can do same, for the man?
Okay. I would say in the first place, it could be both ways.
Okay.
Right. But then going by research, life events, the rate of toxicity in relationship, or the rate of the gender that's being faced in the toxic relationship, I would say is higher towards females than the male counterparts. A female in a relationship could be the one on the receiving end, and on the other hand, a male in a relationship could be the one on the receiving end. But on the higher on the percentage rate of it, I would say that the ladies or the females are the one that suffer most, than the males.
What do you think?
Yeah, like what she said, she's right. But at the same time, I would like us to look at it at the other angle, right? It depends on the tribe. It depends on the, should I use the word country or the continent? Or
Okay.
because
You want to say it depends on the community, on the part of the world.
Part of the world, yes, let me use that one. Because when we look at it in America, men can be the one going through that. Okay. Because of the nature of how their country is being put together and structured. Because the women, they have upper hands in what they do than the men. But back in Africa, so the men has upper hand. They always believe I'm the man. But no matter how you say you're the man, you can't come in America and say you are the man. But the truth is this: the more you keep going through this, the only way you can get out of it is when you voice out. Okay. Regardless of what people will say, regardless of what you are going through, regardless of where you want to start from, if you don't take a step today, you still remain there for the rest of your life. The fear of what I will face is what is killing most people that are into it. Do you understand? Because if you think, if I leave now, I won't be able to survive. This guy is... You understand what I'm trying to say? But
what would the church say?
But have you ever thought of it on the other hand that if this person that is holding you bound is no more today, you start from scratch. So why can't you start now? Before it's too late. So basically, I see that, fine, the women are more into it than the men. I know. But I still believe that it's the part of the world that determines how the ratio is going to look like. That's what I feel.
Okay. MC Solid, I want to ask you, do you think this toxicity, do you think it only exists between a man and a woman, or you think it can happen in a relationship between a man and his body, or a woman and her female friend?
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
It's possible. Now, when we look at it about men, women, it's possible. But the truth is, what is between them determines what is going to happen. How do I mean? Maybe, for example, let's look at it this way. Maybe they strike a deal, right? And the deal is not that clear. Do you understand? And the guy that did the job, I had a story of someone, right? That he wants to. The guy did a deal and wanted to get the money, but he can't go in person to get the money. So he sent his friend to go get the money, his male friend to go get the money. While the male friend went, and on his way back, the man changed, his male friend changed his mind. The initial plan was 70-30. And when he was coming, he said, no more 70-30. This is 50-50. If you cannot do 50-50, then nothing is happening. He had no choice to dance to the tune. So basically, at times, it is what puts you together that determines what is happening at that point in time.
Manipulation.
Yeah. So it comes in, and so there's nothing you can do about it.
All right. Wow. Yeah. That's a lot. It's a lot, guys out there. I hope you have your pen and paper and you're taking notes, because for me, I'm putting it in here, and while I go home at night, I will digest it and I'll have a lot in store. So, guys, before we go ahead to talk about how you can know if you are in a toxic relationship, I would like us to take a break so we can sip our water and our wine, and we will be right back. Welcome back. Before we went on break, we were talking about toxic relationship. If you're just joining us, do not panic, because you have not missed anything. So on set, we have our awesome couple who are telling us about toxic relationship. And right now, we'll go back to how you can know if you are in a toxic relationship. So over to you, Mrs. Fable. Before you tell us how you can know if you're in a toxic relationship, I'd like to find out, these toxic people, do they actually know they are toxic?
To an extent, I would say yes. Right? Now, my reason for saying yes is this. If you're in a relationship and you do anything and your partner complains about it, or your partner, okay, then let me use the word complain, talk to you about it and makes it known to you that, oh, this that you're doing, it bothers me. I really don't feel comfortable with this. I don't think this is right. And maybe he or she tries to let you see reasons, from his or her perspective, why, he or she feels the way he or she feels. And over time, the opposite partner kind of goes on with what he or she still keeps doing. In that sense, I feel like, okay, you actually know what you're doing, but you just don't, change. And then, okay, like for example, some people who, indulge into, of course, most of these toxic partners, they are verbally abusive, right? Then when their partner kind of complains of one thing, then they like talk, don't know use the word abuse it, yeah, they kind of, maybe verbally torment them, right, talk them down, how that maybe they're trying to say that the opposite partner is trying to be selfish or not trying to be. Meanwhile, he or she is actually trying to let you see reasons. So I would say in that aspect, yes, the partners know. But in the sense where I would say he or she does not know, I mean, if your partner should bring something to your concern, like, oh, this and this and that, you're going, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know that's how it actually, comes out to be. Right. And then try to change. Right. Oh, okay, so, okay, this is actually, okay, I'm finding it difficult, I need help. Because I believe in relationship, we have to communicate. Communication is key. Irrespective of whether you are a male or a female, let your partner know your strength and your weakness so they can know where to come in and be of help.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about that, Mr. Soli?
Yeah, like what she said, that she said, yeah, they know, but there are times some people don't know.
Okay.
Some people don't know. So what I'm going to say some people don't know is this. When it takes outsiders to be calling your attention to the relationship that you are at, are you sure you are doing the right thing? This guy needs something, you run up and down, get that and give it to him. Are you sure you are okay? Is everything all right with you? Leave me alone, I'm fine, it's my relationship. But when you think about it, you know that this girl is not doing the right thing. But because of how the guy has I'm trying to look for a word to use, has enveloped her with different kinds of things that she can't even see. You know, there's one thing we call when the veil is on your eyes, you can't see.
That brings us to one of our topics, guys. You can watch our topic on narcissism. When you are in a narcissistic relationship, I think that's exactly who he's trying to describe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you won't see it. And when you don't see it, when they talk, you won't believe them.
Yeah.
Even when the guy is doing something wrong and they are saying, look at this guy is doing this. And you say it's a lie. He's not doing it. Leave it for me. I'll
You
take
make
it away.
excuses.
You don't give excuses. So
Yeah.
people like that, they are
They're
in
so
such,
defensive.
they're in such relationship, but they don't know. And trust me, for them to be out of it, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Because nobody can talk to them.
Because it starts from you accepting the truth.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I feel that some people know. Some people will not know, but some people know.
Oh, Lord. All right, so right now, I would like us to, can you just tell us, feel free to talk about it, like, you may have points, just come in anytime you have the idea. Can you tell us, how do you know, like, what are some of those red flags, like you call them? I love this word. I love this word, red flag, yes. What are some of those red flags? Like, I know viewers out there, the people are beginning to, just like I've been doing, like seriously, when you started talking, I started asking myself, okay, what am I into? You know, I'm judging myself. So I know people out there are kind of trying to situate where they belong, but they need to know what are some of those points that can make someone know, okay, you are in a toxic relationship. Ladies, of course, but gentlemen, I love this. You see, he gave the floor to his woman, like, tell them.
Okay.
Now, you know the truth. Most times, I always want her to talk first.
Oh my
so when she
God.
talks, it's as if she's just like a pin setter.
Oh my God.
I know that's what he
Drop
said.
it.
Oh my
I want
God.
to flow on the,
I know that you're not piggyback or whatever. It's like that.
See, let me tell you about something. You do not know how much you inspire me. Like, I just, you guys, you know how they say if you want to be in a relationship with someone, you should be that person's friend. You guys do that a lot. And it's so awesome. It is so awesome. I just cannot. I'm sorry, but it's so sweet. Like you and your partner, you play a lot. I see it a lot, even on your status. They're always dancing. When Mr. Solid is having maybe an occasion or so, she is the best dancer. If she's taking pictures, you keep hearing her voice. Please, guys, keep it up. You may not know you're inspiring people, but you are doing it. See what you just did here? You just gave the floor to her, and you guys have just acted something here. I'm so Lord. All right, ma'am. Yeah, listening to you.
I mean, there are tons and tons of red flags to a toxic relationship. Some of the things I can as well call, just probably my medical term, signs and symptoms. You know?
I know.
I know that the signs and symptoms of toxic relationship. There are so many things, and they actually start with little things, things like let me say constant lies, right? When your partner starts dishonesty, when they're not being honest to you, they start hiding things from you, then you actually ask and then they actually blatantly look at you in the face and lie. One, that shows lack of respect, dishonesty, disregard. That means they do no longer hold you as you supposedly were with them. Another thing is hot-temperedness. When you notice that your partner is a hot-tempered person, I mean, things are normal, but there should always be like a
a barrier. There should be a line. There should be, what we say, okay, this is, the, where you can cross the line at. When they start yelling at you, raising voices at you. Most toxic relationship does not necessarily have to like go all the way to beat you physically. They can verbally, do that. When every little thing you try to do, they always try to.
And I think the verbal part is the
worst.
Because it destroys your self-esteem.
I'm telling you. To zero, practically to nothing. Yeah. You look at yourself like, seriously, is it really me? So where did I lose it? What did I miss? And this is somebody that used to hold you as a high esteem before. It breaks you, like it destroys you. You can no longer concentrate. You're like living in your own shell. You're like a ghost of your own self. You can't even sleep. And you can imagine where these partners, maybe they sleep on the same bed and your partner is just there snoring and sleeping, and you like there looking up. Women, our own emotions are, I'm telling you, is way overboard. The man can do anything and walk away, and when they don't care, they don't look. The next second, boom, they're snoring. And you are there, you can't, you are just tossing and tossing and tossing. You can toss around that bed till 5 a.m. and nothing happens, So the emotional torture, that is one big thing. And, a whole lot of things. Resentment, when they start resenting you, resentment, this somebody you come up before, they will, tell you words that will make your head swell. And then they don't even, you walk past 10 times, they don't even notice anything past. All those little things, it actually starts from there before it now starts going higher as far as physically, abusing their partners.
We will be coming back to you. I just want to give you a few minutes so you can digest this one and have, the other ones pop up. So we go over to Oga himself.
Yeah, another thing you see is when they start putting fear in you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When they start putting fear in you, that means they are giving you that low self-esteem. Yeah. So they are pulling you down. Like you said, they bring you down to zero level. Now, the first thing you start seeing when you notice that something like that is happening is, number one, the reaction of your partner. Mm-hmm. Maybe you do something that you normally do before. Right. That, oh, baby, you did that. She used to do that. That's not right. Bush girl. I saw you from the beginning. I'll help you out. But the moment you do that, then the reaction changes from, oh, baby, you did that. What nonsense is that?
I know.
Is that what you're supposed to do? Before you know it, something is happening. Something is happening. And then you start thinking, now you now be afraid in your whole home. Yeah. You can't even do things. You can't even move around. You can't even think right. And when you do any slight mistake, you start yelling at you.
When you get a knock on the door, you just like, oh my God.
It's here again. So the truth is, those are the little things that you see that makes you understand that things are not right. And things are not going the way it should go. Things are not moving as expected. Because when something is 100% and now it's getting to 90%, there's a problem. Yeah. You can maintain the 100%. It's not necessarily you do everything you've been doing when you started. Yeah. There are some responsibilities that shift some things away from you. Trust me, it is. Yeah. But there's something I do. That's me. I don't care. No matter how. I must play rough play. I must run after, we must chase ourselves before we go to bed. But the day we did not do it, something is wrong. So that helps us to think, what went wrong? How can we put it together? You must have a game plan in your house that you run with. The moment you're able to get what you run with, the truth is, the day you don't run with that thing, you'll be able to think that something is not right. Where are we losing it? Where are we missing it? Then you move back and do a research and get it. Relationship is not all about expensive gifts. I don't know why I'm digressing, but I just want to say something. In my widest imagination, I can never say I want to buy a gift for a lady and I'll buy flower. In my widest imagination.
Mama, you're lucky. Oh my God.
But you know the funny thing? The first day I bought flower in my life, She's the one I bought it for.
Oh.
She made me realize that she loves flower.
Oh, wow.
And I bought it again, so that's
I didn't buy it again.
Wow. What did you
But the flower is upstairs. I still have it. Yeah, I'm carrying the flower.
9 years
Bro.
ago. 9 years
But I bought other
But
things.
you are lucky, Joe.
But truth be
You are
told, I
lucky.
bought other things.
Until he found that thing you love.
Because when she said it, I
Then go
didn't
back to
believe
your first love, I beg.
it. No, when she said it, what is that?
Go back to your first love.
Flesh and blood did not reveal what you just said.
So when I revealed it,
Hey!
so
Hallelujah.
you understand what I'm saying? So those are the things we need to start thinking about.
Yeah.
Where are we missing it from? What are we doing that are not right?
Yeah.
So we can get it straight.
Yeah. But I'm so sure you have been doing, besides that fly you
No,
gave,
no.
you must
No.
have been doing some of those things that, it's not just flower. She loves flower.
Yeah, yeah.
She loves car. She loves dress. I saw the day you gave her the car. I think
Oh, you saw
I saw it. I saw the day you gave her the car.
Because she loves camera, like,
It was so sweet. Like, seriously, she couldn't even think like maybe this thing is becoming toxic. Because you didn't give flower, but you gave car. And of course, a house now. House. So I know, I'm loving this. You didn't digress. It's very important. There are those things that when they start turning, when the table starts turning, we should look. I'm not saying everything is wrong. I'm not saying because of that small change, you should start looking. But there are some of those things when they change, we know that yes, change has come. Yeah, and this must be a red flag. So I don't know if you have any other points.
I mean, he had said it, and when it comes to other signs of toxic relationship, I would say, one thing I would encourage, especially we ladies, one thing I would encourage you to do is please always talk. Always learn to talk to your partners. If this is somebody you can really look at and say, okay, and you open your mouth and tell him, oh, I love you, then I feel like you should also be able to open up to him when you notice anything that had gone wrong. Look, communication in relationship is key. Fine, one of the red flags again is if you notice something, please, in all calmness, talk to him. It might not really necessarily be in an accusing manner. You just talk it like something that bothers you. Now, when you try to talk to him and then once, twice, thrice, and then he doesn't heed to your talking or, try to give you a listening ear, then I would say that's a huge red flag.
Right. So right now, what are those red flags you think when we start seeing them, we should know it's time to pick up your shoes and run? Because in the world where we are now, you and I have heard, we have not only heard, we have seen situations where people kill their partners. We have seen situations like that. And you don't want to put your family through that kind of pain.
Yeah.
So you don't want it to get to the point where you won't be in this world anymore and they will be struggling and crying and all of that. So when do you think, what are the red flags you think when you see, you should know it's time to pick up your shoes and run?
Right now, I would like to talk.
Please
The moment you realize that there's nobody that can call him or her to order, that's it. If nobody can call your partner to order, you've missed it. That's it.
If he doesn't listen to
He doesn't listen to anybody.
Yeah.
He doesn't listen to his father. He doesn't listen to his mother. He doesn't listen to maybe a pastor or his pope or whatever. As the moment you notice that he can't listen to anybody, say, oh, well, this is what you're doing. You know that whenever you mention that person's name, he resets himself. And the moment you mention, say, go ahead, I don't care. That's the moment. And the moment before you see that, the moment you realize that he's beginning to send you home, you talk to him, he's referring to your parents, you are dropping it gradually. So those, because, okay, like now, most times when I talk, I always want to cite an example. I was discussing with a lady recently, and the lady said something, said, I have a lot going through my head. And most times, if she want to talk, this is a question she asked me. Can you talk now? Are you in a good place to talk? I said, yeah, I'm listening. Said, the father of my son. Now, he doesn't pay attention to the boy anymore. That's not just that. Now, when he sees my parents, he talks down on them.
Oh my goodness.
And
that is a no.
And she said the most painful aspect is they live in the same neighborhood. Now, all she's thinking about is to get money, move his parents, her parents out of that place. You understand? So the way she started saying that, she said, okay, now, this guy is trying to come to me. What do you advise? I said, I'll be honest. Like, my question is, do you love him? That's one thing we need to look about. Do you love him? He said, no. I said, why? Because I need to ask questions so we can reach a conclusion. I said, why can't you love him? You love him to an extent that you could have a baby for him. Mm-hmm. So why don't you love him anymore? He said, the moment I traveled, he impregnated another lady. So you have 2 other people that are pregnant for him, and they even give birth to him. I said, okay, so that's why. I said, I can't. I said, okay, fine. You have your point. So what am I saying is, the moment a guy or your partner is sending you or talk down at your family and your parents, you've lost it. So that's the best time for you to take off.
I think this thing starts from us. Mm-hmm. Before this guy goes to talking down to your parent, or this lady goes talking down to your parent, you as an individual must have talking down, maybe talking down to your parents or talking to him negatively about your parents. So
you know what? I try to be. I wanted to be mute, but I won't be mute. So I want you to know that this thing is broad. This topic we pick is broad. Now, do you know that if we have to be sincere to ourselves, we need to talk to our parents? They don't choose husband or wife for anybody. Because I asked her, and she said it was her mom that said, marry this person, all because she got a visa lottery. There is no money for her to travel. The guy said, I'm going to give you the money. So you got pregnant for the guy.
Well,
do you understand what I'm trying to say? Really so at this point, you understand? At this point, it's going. So that's why most times that we don't choose for people, let them choose for themselves. So by the time they are facing the challenges, they will know that, okay, I'm the one that did this. Mm-hmm. How can I face this? That is why their parents could not be able to talk to the guy anymore, because they sold their respect already.
But sometimes it might not be that like that lady.
Yeah, it could be something else.
It could be just like you and people living together. God forbid this happens, but take for instance, he comes in and he does something as horrible as that guy did. The first time, you just, push it under the carpet. Like, it's okay, he's going to change. As usual, making excuses for him. Do you really think this thing will remain at that level? He knows you're making excuses.
Obviously not.
So it's clear he will continue
because
doing
he will
it.
know that, okay, if you can condone it the first time, then
take it over.
He's going to take it to the 10th time.
Right.
And the only thing is, if you're able to nib it in the bud that first time, he knows that, no, she's not going to take this
again, so I can't do it. That's true. So I really think we should be conscious of the fact that most at times these relationships become toxic because we open the doors. Yeah, we open the doors. Stop giving excuses. Communicate. Don't let anybody put you down with words and whatever. Don't let anybody make you be in fear. Why are you going to be in a relationship and you're living in fear? It doesn't make sense. So please, let's take note of this. It is very important because these toxic relationships are beginning to destroy this world so much. So guys, we're going over to the last but not the least question. What is your sincere advice to someone out there? This one, you will do it individually. You give your advice, she gives hers. How can I get out of a toxic relationship? Mrs. Favor.
How to get out of a toxic relationship? Yeah, if you try to, talk it over with, and your partner seems not to be heeding to whatever you're saying. And like he mentioned earlier, even the Bible said it that, when we try to talk to somebody who offends and the person doesn't listen, we should go as far as getting one of the elders of the church to, okay, try to talk to this person. But if you're able to at least know somebody that this person listens to, and you're able to reach out and you bring the person in and they try to talk to him, and he still continues with whatever he still does, I would say at that point, just know that this guy's mind is made up. Just exit.
Okay.
My own way is, number one is, like she said, the first thing you need to do to get out of this is voice out. Look for somebody to talk to. Look for somebody to open up to. Because when you're in such situation and you're looking for a way to get out of it, you don't hide anything anymore. You don't keep anything anymore. This is what I'm facing. How can I? Because if you have to go and look for somebody to speak with, and you got there, and you say 70 out of 80, or you say 90 out of 100, the remaining 10 is still holding you back. Right. The best thing is spill it out. How can I get out of this? And don't be afraid of what tomorrow has in stock for you. Nobody knows what tomorrow has in stock. Yeah. So for us to be able to say I'm going out is by faith. Sure. So give it out. If you think this is what I need to do to move on, if it's for you to break it off and move on, start afresh. Start afresh. It's just for a while. Yeah. The story will change. It doesn't matter what people say about it. Because if you remain there and you eventually be a late person, that's it. Yeah. So what are they going to say? So why can't you live a life that worth it, that moving out of it and get the best out of it? So what I will say is, my sincere word is this: speak out and take that bolder step and move.
Can I say something? Sure. While he was saying, talking, something came to me. I don't know. I mean, it was on the news and it was everywhere. You heard about the pastor who killed the wife. That was just the picture I had in my head. I'm telling you, what happened to that woman didn't just happen overnight. I mean, even the previous videos that they pulled out, this man kept tormenting her and you'd be like, I will kill you in this house one day, I will kill you in this house one day. That kind of word is not a word you should hold lightly. I mean, if God forbid, my husband starts tormenting and then you're like, I will kill you one day. Honestly, just jokingly, I'll take it seriously.
I know, my sister.
And she kept condoning it. She was making excuses for this man. And what would the church say? How would the church see him? What would people say? I don't want to put him out there. And she was suffering in silence. Yeah. And it got to the point where the man had to kill her. Now she's late. She's the one that's dead. Fine, the man is in the custody and all of that. But her life has been terminated. She's no longer here. These are one of the things we should look at, we should think about, and never make excuses for them. Please put emotions aside. Yeah, you love them, but there should be a limit. Never make excuses. If you're in any toxic relationship and you think you have tried taking care of it yourself and it's not working, just reach out for help. And if it's just by a matter of time. Everybody that's been in touch with people that are in it is a matter of time. Either they are permanently hurt, permanently injured, or even dead in the process. I mean, nobody wants their life to be terminated. Just like that.
Not at all. Thank you both so much. So much for this opportunity. It means the whole wide world. Not only to me, but I know it means the world to someone out there. Because there is someone out there who will be blessed, richly blessed, from all of this. Thank you guys so very much. And viewers out there, I have one word for you. Like they both said, it's your life. This person tormenting you has nothing to lose. You have a lot to lose. Your family has a lot to lose. It's your decision. You can either pack out or stay in there, be tormented, and at the end of the day, who knows what's going to happen? If you do not know, steps to take, step by step to take to get out of there, I can assure you, there are people out there who would like to help you, who would gladly help you follow steps, give you steps to follow to get out of it. Please think about it, follow this advice you just got, and give yourself some help. So we've come to the end of this session. But guys, of course, you can always send us emails. Your comments are welcome. Ask questions. We can always sit together like this just for you. Because the reason why Voices with Claire is out here is to help those of us who are in our closet, in our rooms, asking questions without answers. We will leave you right now, but of course, we will certainly be with you again, same time next week. God bless you. We love you, and bye-bye.